Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to what's hopefully the last day on Stinky Ella. Today we are going to try and polish up some of those scratches. Not going to do the ones with the paint just yet, but we're going to start off doing that, see how it goes, polish up that front bumper, get the number plates on, and we'll go from there. But hopefully the last video, and then we can get it MOT'd, get the new tyres the other way around, and then a little bit of titivation to get it finished. So let's go. Come with me to Stinky Ella. Let's go. The main thing, apart from the bumper, I mean, I've got to do some paint work on the bumper as well, and I say I've got paint. Have I got paint? I think I have. The main thing that I wanted to try and polish out is these. These are quite clearly dog paws, dog jumping up at the window. These, not so much. These are proper scratches. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do the old rub down, paint in, rub down, paint in, rub down, paint in, and so on and so forth, until we can get it hopefully good. That's the plan. Whether it'll work remains to be seen. We've got the bumper to do, sort that out, the bumper to take off, have a look underneath, put it back, hopefully close those gaps up. Still going to have a little fiddle around with the bonnet and so on, to see if we can get that any better. We've got to do these bits of painting on the bumper, I think I just mentioned that, and I'm going to polish up and try and get rid of some of the scratches that are on this bumper. But I think before I do that, I probably need to give it a wash, don't I? Because we need to have a clean car to start with. So I'm going to get it cleaned, and then we'll come back and we'll have a go at the polishing and see if we can get rid of some of those lighter scratches, and then we'll touch up some of the other paintwork as well. Right, I've done a little bit of polishing. There's still a couple of little bits that are going to need touching up, and that bit there I think is where I've made it look worse because it's got polish in it, so I'll have to clean that polish out, and then we'll get some paint on those little bits as well. Most of it's polished up fine. That bit there is obviously going to need some painting from the spray can and need rubbing down, and I've just lightly rubbed down these scratches, so I'm just going to get some paint in them now. What we'll probably do is leave it till tomorrow, and we'll come back out, polish it up, or again rub it down, polish it up, and so on. Keep doing it, and hopefully we can get that to look all right. Otherwise it's going to have to go to get a smart repairer down to do it. I don't really want to do that, or I paint that whole panel, and I don't really want to do that. I mean, obviously I'll see from when I do the bumper whether that matches or not, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if I did, but I'd rather not. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that bit in a minute, I think, and then I'm also going to go around the car and touch these bits up as well. That's that one bit there with a little dent, which I'm just going to put paint in. But yeah, just needs a bit of touching up here and there, really. Yeah, hopefully that's going to work. Always looks awful, first of all. I'm assuming that could be branches, but the bits there with the dog, pretty much gone now, unless you look really closely. There's a few little hairlines, but pretty much gone. Probably won't attempt that any further. So we're getting there slowly. Right, so I've put some paint in there and levelled it out with the plastic razor blade. I can see there will definitely need some more. It was a lot deeper there. So I'll leave that to dry. I'll probably come back to it tomorrow, I think, and we'll give it a sand down. Maybe put some more paint in, and then probably only a couple of goes, apart from maybe that bit there. But all this looks okay actually. This bit here, level. I mean, you know, whereas that you can still see the divots in that. And then hopefully we'll be able to polish it up afterwards, and it'll disappear. Or at least disappear enough to say it's okay. Okay, I've touched up the little bits on here again, it just takes the eye off of them, and that one, it's literally just done it, so it's wet still, but it just takes the eye off of the little bits. I'm just going to rub that bit down and paint that as well now. I'll do that with the spray can. I've barely got any paint left, so I need to make it last. Right, that's all rubbed down, and now it's in primer. I'm just waiting for that to go off for a little while, then we'll block that down and get some base coat on and hope it matches. I think it is a decent match. I've touched those bits in on the bonnet. They seem to match alright. Well, not on the bonnet, sorry, on the bumper. Seems to match, I think. Don't know. It's always difficult. Yeah, they seem to match. Once they're filled in a little bit more, and obviously it looks worse, of course, because you've got the rubbed down bit surrounding it. But yeah, fingers crossed tomorrow that'll do the trick. There it is, finished. It's a good colour match. It's painted and lacquered. Haven't polished it. Doesn't even really look like it needs one. But we will give it a buff up tomorrow. We know that this wing is different, but it matches the rest of the car fine. Yeah, really pleased with that. I'm getting good at this. I mean, I'm better at bumpers because the bumpers are easier to sand. It's the sanding bit that does me with cars, with with paintwork. That's had another lot on it. It's looking much better. So I'm going to give that another sand tomorrow. Probably give it another little slap of paint, and then we'll see about polishing it up, see if it's done it. But yeah, it's starting to look good. I've gone around the car, I've touched in all the other little bits of paint. I did actually find another can of paint as well, which is handy. So I've touched in all the bits on the back bumper as well. That is a bit scratched there, even though I did give that a good polish. I might, I don't know, what they 20 odd quid. I was contemplating filling that in as well, because that's coming off. I don't know if my hand's steady enough to do that. Maybe I'll have to have a beer first, steady my nerves. I might have a go at doing that, because it's worn off, isn't it? Might as well do it with the same red paint. I've got the fine brushes. So yeah, I think I might do that tomorrow. We'll give it a go. I'll film that, and you can see how steady my hand is. Yeah, it's really starting to take shape now. I've even cleaned the dashboard, believe it or not, earlier. Even that's nice and clean now, look. It's not filthy like it was. You can see it. I think tomorrow I'm going to get the steam cleaner out, steam clean these seats, and steam clean that headliner. But I don't know if it's my imagination, but the smell of dog seems to be diminishing. Oh, I've got to order one of them. I've probably got one. The plastic ring's broken. Yeah, I don't know if I've got one or not. I might have one knocking around, but for what they cost, I think I'll order one. But yeah, it's coming along now. It's been a lot of grief, this car. Well, yeah, it has been a lot of grief. But it's really starting to take shape now. I'm getting really pleased with it. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't use it as my van. Just hope that comes out alright. But yeah, well pleased how that bumper's come out. Well pleased. Right, I think we're going to pack up for today. It's gone 5 o'clock, I think. Weather seems to be on the turn yet again. We'll have a little manipulate of that bonnet again tomorrow as well. I think we just need to bend over that edge a little bit. Try and make it a little bit better. But yeah, coming along nicely. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. So it's a nice rainy day today, so we haven't been able to do anything on the car. But yeah, it's still raining. I managed to clean the BMW today. First time for 11 months. Yeah, it's still raining now, so yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything to this now today, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll come back next week. I'm back to work tomorrow, so we'll come back next week and we'll carry on and we'll get some more done. I've actually got an appointment this afternoon to get the new tyres. So what I've done, let me just quickly show you in the rain. I found these two wheels, which that one's not too bad. That one's not brilliant, but it's better than the other one that's on the car. They've been out in the garden for some time, so they're in a bit of a state. And one of them, I think this one, has got water in it, so I better warm them when I get there. But yeah, so we'll have 2 nice brand new tyres, and then what we'll do is we'll put the new ones on the front, and then we'll swap them over to the back. The good ones that are on the front now, we'll swap over to the back. I think that's a good plan. Let's get it in out the dry. So yeah, and then we'll carry on next week. As I say, I'm going to do that roof lining and get it all steam cleaned inside. We've got to paint that as well down there, which I've got a grey one at the moment. What else? Service. I think I probably might book the MOT as well. See if I can get the MOT booked for the end of next week. I'm off next Friday, so I'm going to see if I can get it booked for next Friday. And then once the tyres are on, I think I've got to adjust the mileage because we don't want the wrong mileage, because it's 30 something thousand, isn't it? Because of course it's had the new speedo, so I just need to adjust that back to what it should be, and then I think we're ready for the MOT then after that. So yeah, that'd be good. So I'll see you next week, obviously part of this video, and we'll go from there, and hopefully we can get this wrapped up and get this pretty much finished soon. Shame work gets in the way, but there you go. So we got the new tyres. Haven't cleaned these wheels up at all. I did warn the bloke when I got there that one of the tyres had a load of water in, and he got a knife out and cut a hole in the tyre and drained it, and it was raining at the time, so the ground was wet, but the amount of water that came out of it, there was litres of the stuff coming out of it. It was actually quite heavy, so they really need a good clean up, and there will be a little bit of work needed doing on them. They are called iLink. Never heard of them. The tyres that I normally get weren't available, didn't seem to be available at all. Can't remember the name of them now, but not available. So these were the most popular budget tyre, so that's what I've gone for. iLink L-Grip 55. Similar sort of pattern to those other ones. Yeah, they're new, that's the main thing. So I say they will go on the front, and then we'll swap over the good wheels on the front to the back. Right, so yeah, I've got it mixed up in this bottle, sorry, 3 to 1, I've got it mixed up. Yeah, at the moment I've got 350 ml of it, so that should be more than enough to do the 4 wheels. So it's spray it on. They are really bad, these wheels. They've been stored in the garden for ages, well over a year, and they're all gone a bit crusty, which will come off nicely once I've done this. Horrible smell, this stuff. See, in the centre there especially, it's almost like mould. Right, now we'll leave that to dwell for about 5 minutes, and then we use a detailing brush to get in all the nooks and crannies. We'll turn them back round. We'll do the fronts first. There you go. Right, so yeah, so we'll leave that for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. Right. Get They're nice and clean now. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'll just dry them off with a cloth, and then what we'll do is I'll do the other one, which is over there. As I say, we've got to do under here. So I'm going to use citrus pre-wash under there. That's what I've used before. Let that dwell for about 10 minutes. Really give it a good soaking, and then jet wash all that off. And that's what I do on all the cars now. It just, when you look at those brakes, look, I did those 10 days ago, and they're already starting to get surface rust on them. Amazing. Anyway, I'll come back in a minute when I do this. Right, citrus wash. Nothing scientific about the measurement in there. Just a good old splodge, and then topped up with water. I've got these on Amazon. I think they're really good. I've got another one of them that I've never used, but give it a really good squirt. I could use snow foam under here, but I think this is sufficient. And just leave it to dwell. I mean, the power of the jet wash does most of it. Just nice to get them all nice and clean. Right, that's that one. And then we need to get the back wheel off and do the same on that one. It's the first time I've had this wheel off, actually. The shock absorbers, I mean, the rubbers look okay, excuse me, the bushes look okay, but they're not the best. I don't think there's any knocking. You know what, they even look like the originals. They can't be the originals, can they? Can't be. I'm going to give the springs a bit of a squirt as well, yeah, because I like to clean those up, because they will often come up as corroded on the MOT as an advisory. So I feel if you clean them up, they're less likely to do that. Right, that's that. So we'll let that dwell for a little bit, along with the front one, and then we'll blast that off. Right, that's been dwelling for some time. There we go. That's nice and clean under there now. Again, we'll let that drip off for a while, and then we'll go over that with a cloth. It's a little bit nicer presented for the MOT tester, isn't it? Although it might give away things that they might not have otherwise have seen. There's always that danger, of course. Right, yeah. Okay, that's all good. Let's do the back now. Right, I wanted to wire brush actually as well under here. But yeah, there's some flaking paint on the springs, but I am going to wire brush them as well. But I'll just do this first. There we go. Nice and clean. Again, that helps clean up the shocks as well. Yeah, I think that bush is okay. Only time will tell. But yeah, I'm going to give the. I'm not going to get under it now. I'm going to go up on ramps afterwards once I've done these tyres, because obviously we're only up on a jack at the moment. So we'll get. Yeah, we'll get it up on ramps, because I'm not even sure. I've had this car I think since January, and it's now middle of June almost. And I know if I have been underneath and had a look at the rear beam, I don't remember what it's like, and I don't actually recall doing that. Because that's, yeah, I suppose, no, it's not. I was going to say it's normally something I do at the end, but it's not particularly. But yeah, it's Yeah, looks all right actually. Right, I'm going to get these wheels on, and then we'll go around to the other side and we'll do the other side. So I won't bother filming all of it, but we'll come back afterwards. And then once we've done that, we can get it up in the air, up on the ramps, and we'll have a good look underneath. So I'll see you on the other side doing these wheels. There we go, done. All nice and clean under there, and all new tyres on. Obviously, I do need to tart these wheels up, and I will do that maybe this afternoon, maybe next week, not sure. But yeah, so swap the fronts for the backs, put the new fronts on, and these are the old backs. As you can see, this one is all cracked along there, and the tread at the edge isn't very good. And that one, oh no, that's the outside edge. Yeah, again, not the best. So they will go on my pile. I haven't bothered cleaning them. They will go on my pile behind the garage, and then at some point when I get another one of these and I need some new tyres, it saves me having to leave the car out, either take the car in or put the car up on stands to take the wheels in. It's just more convenient really, so that's what I'll do again. Yeah, so that's it. When I got the locking wheel nut key out, I noticed something. Remember, we got the smell in here still. Look in there, look. Dog hair. So I think, I mean, this one I can get to obviously because the seat flips up, but I think I'll take that driver's seat out again and turn it upside down, because of course normally you don't turn the seats upside down, you don't see that, but that bloody dog hair is literally everywhere in this car, so that certainly wouldn't help with the smell. Obviously I am going to do the pollen filter on here, and I'm dreading it. I'm absolutely dreading it. I have done it once before. Luckily for me, on that occasion, it only had one bolt in it. Whoever had done it before just put one bolt back in it, which is probably what I'll do as well, because there are two. I will do my utmost to film, and I'll probably do a separate video on it. There are videos already out there, but you know, it'd be nice to keep them all in one place. Oh, just noticed that door card's not on properly. What is that then? Yeah, another thing I've got to do on here, which I only just remembered about, is the mileage. I've got to adjust the mileage on this before the MOT, because it's still set to the new speedo. So before it goes for MOT, I've got to do that. Otherwise, obviously, it will come up with a mileage discrepancy, and we don't want that. Yeah, I'm going to get the Hoover out and get that out. Someone in in the last video said maybe I should think again about steam cleaning the headlining, and I agreed actually, and said, because what they said was you might do something about, you know, the glue, you might compromise the glue, or words to that effect. Now I sort of agreed at the time, thinking yeah, the roof lining is sort of like on the reverse of it, it's like fiberglass which is all glued together, obviously to form the shape. And I don't know whether they meant that, or whether they thought that the headlining in this is actually glued to the roof. In these, it's not. It's just held in by poppers and screws. It's not actually glued to the roof, which it is in some cars. So I'm not sure what they were referring to then. So I've taken that on board, but I need to do it. So I am going to do it. I'll do it lightly. I won't go mad with it. Yeah. I did see some people mentioning some sort of jollop that you can buy on Amazon, but it was American jollop, and it's not available here. There must be stuff, some sort of enzyme killer. I mean, I've got enzyme killer for mould and that, but it's not. I don't think it's the right sort of thing. I still got to do that, which I have bought some paint for, which someone suggested, but I still haven't looked in the loft to see if I've actually got one. And I've also, before the MOT, not that I don't think it will affect the MOT, but I've also got to put that on. I've just got to glue and screw. Actually, I might just screw it. Don't necessarily need glue and screw. Yeah, and then I think, apart from testing the lights and what have you, which I think are all okay, I think we're ready for the MOT now. So I'm just going to do these bits and pieces. We'll come back once we get back from the MOT. Fingers crossed. I'm not expecting anything particularly. Shocks look okay. Oh yeah, I'm going to go up on ramps, aren't I? Shocks will look okay, springs look okay. There's nothing that I can think of that will make it fail, but you just never know, do you? So I will be back this afternoon once I'm back from the MOT. Fingers crossed we get a pass, and I'll see you in a few hours. Right, we are back from the MOT, and we have the MOT certificate on the dashboard here. On the dashboard? On the bonnet. And we have a pass with no advisories. A pass with no advisories. How cool is that? Excellent stuff. So that is really good news. I think it's quite a while since I've actually had an MOT that hasn't had any advisories. There is one thing that, I mean, bearing in mind that actually driving this down the 1.5 miles or so to the MOT centre is actually the first time I've driven this car. Bearing in mind I got this car in January and it's languished on the drive most of that time. We've done the work on it, it's then languished on the drive for weeks on end, and then eventually we've sort of got to the point where we are now. And during none of that time have I actually driven it on the road until today, which was a bit daft really, but then it was out of MOT, so obviously I can't drive it legally on the road if it's got no MOT unless you're going to a pre-booked MOT, of course, of which I was today. So the only thing that came to my head as I was driving it was there's a bit of a clonk from the back. Now I thought to myself, is it going to fail the MOT on the shock absorbers? Now the rear shock absorbers, the bushes are not gone as far as I can see, but there is a definite clonk. If you go over speed bumps, nothing. If you go over a little bit of uneven road, it does. It's not a lot, and I didn't have any music going or anything like that, but it's not a lot, but it is there. So assuming it's not the exhaust, and when I looked underneath earlier, the exhaust is nowhere near the bottom of the car like it was in the previous one. So I don't think it's that. So I think as I've got some shock absorbers, and it's like 35 quid for the pair, and about half hour, 40 minutes to do it, I thought I might give it a go. I might change them. Yeah, I think I probably will. I'll drive it about a little bit more, but I think I probably will. Unless I'll check in the boot, make sure that the toolkit and the spare wheel and that is all secured down properly, which I think it is, just in case it's that that's moving around. But yeah, I guess I might as well change them. But yeah, I'm well pleased that there are no advisories. So we know that I bought some gear knobs, so I'm going to replace this gear knob. I could probably get away without replacing it, but the silvering's coming off just there. I've got some, I think they're black ones, which I bought from eBay, but all you have to do is, or was it AliExpress, and I bought them before off AliExpress, and you get the whole thing, including this black plastic bit underneath. Now for some reason, the ones I bought in the past, that black plastic bit doesn't fit, and I don't know why it doesn't fit, but it doesn't. But of course you don't need that bit, you need that bit and you need the silver bit. So I mean, it's loose anyway. So I'm going to change that. Now what I noticed today is, look, that's gone as well. So someone's been changing gear, holding it like that with probably rings on. It's quite sharp actually. So that tube, I think I may have one. I'm not sure, I need to go through all my spares. I think I've got one, unless I've used it before, which I may have done, then I haven't got it, but I know I definitely have one. If not, I'll buy one. I've got one of these. This came in the week, so I'll do all three of those bits at the same time, obviously. So I will have a look before I start it, make sure I've got a tube, because there's no point doing it and then have to redo it. So yeah, so that's one thing that's got to be done. Right, as you know, the mileage needs to be adjusted. I keep forgetting to do this. Obviously, MOT day today. I need to do this. So I'm going to do it now. Something that I forgot to mention earlier as well is, you know, I've replaced the Blue and Me, or repaired the Blue and Me, I should say. My mileage is flashing again for some reason. As far as I know, I did the proxy. No, I didn't need to do the proxy alignment because I repaired it myself, didn't I? So I'm hoping it's not gone again, because if it is, it's the only one that I've ever repaired that's gone again. Well, I suppose if that is the case, then it's lucky that it's me. I've forgotten where you do the mileage now. Is it in the dashboard? I can't remember. No, body computer. I think it's under adjustments in there, I believe. Obviously we'll see why it's flashing as well. whilst we're doing this. Adjustments. Oh, it's not in there. Where is it then? I can't think where it is. Or is it under the proxy alignment procedure? Let me check on there. Maybe it is. I do hope it's not. I don't want to have to take the bloody thing out again. That would be really annoying. Come on. Talk amongst yourselves. Dashboard, node, failed, adjustments. Where is it? I can't remember where it is. I know you're all shouting at me, telling me where it is. I should have used my other bit of kit. I'm going up with the mileage. Obviously, that's why I'm only using this and not the other bit of kit. The X tool. No communication with airbag control unit. Intermittent. Oh, we don't want that. Get rid of that. Clear errors. I've not seen that one before. Adjustments. Right, odometer. Here we go. Right, I've just looked at the car's not been anywhere since I've bought it. Literally nowhere. So I'm going to enter the mileage that it was when it was at Copart. I've just logged into my account to have a look, and it was 71,771, and at the moment it says 36,970. Right, okay, so what we want to do, execute that. Please press so 36,963. So it's 963, so it's 7 miles lower than what the actual mileage is. So we are going to set it to 7. What was it? 71,000. Oops, 71,700. So if we go 7 lower, that'll be 64. 64. This isn't an exact science because it does seem to vary. So 71,764. Okay, get ready to press OK and watch. Watch it change. There you go. 71,778. 7 miles higher than it was. So that'll do. That'll do. So as we know, we could do that in the other machine, using the other machine, and put it down to 0 even, and then go back up again. That does actually work. So if you use the X tool to go down, to go up, and then you made a mistake, you can actually put it to 0 and then use multi-ECU scan to put it back up again, or any number you want. It always does this seatbelt thing for some reason when you do this. Don't know why. Right, we'll disconnect that. I wish it would shut up though. It does stop eventually. I'm now going to connect to the Blue and Me and hope and pray that it's actually going to connect to it. Will you be quiet? Well, it has connected to it. No fault code, so it's not the Blue and Me that's causing that. Might be that airbag thing. We'll do a proxy alignment again, which we have to do anyway because we've... Oh my god, that noise. Because we've done the connect. Yes. Shut up. Alright, hopefully this will work. Dashboard no fouled. Adjustment. It could be that, I suppose. Execute. Yes. I think probably if I turned the ignition off and back on again, it would be okay. Oh, it's stopped now. That's because I'm doing the proxy alignment. Thank God for that. It's like an alarm going off. A burglar alarm or car alarm going off. Really annoying. Hopefully this will do the trick. At least it's not the Blue and Me. Well, hopefully it's not the airbag module either. Success. Whew. That should work then. Telematics, which is obviously the Blue and Me, which we know is okay. Success. This should work now. I think that's the last one, isn't it? Completed. Yeah. Press Y to continue. There we go. Right, switch off, and then when we come back on, let's just close the door. It should stop flashing. Sometimes it takes a minute. If it still flashes, then I'll just have to do it again. Yeah, seems to be all right. Good. That's what we'd like to see. Don't know why it did it, but there you go. One of those things. Right, okay, so I'm just going to go around the car and make sure everything works. Squirters work. Yeah, wipers work. There are no splits in them. I will inspect them, but I think I've already done that. Lights, DRLs aren't part of the MOT anyway, but I like to make sure they're both working, which they are. So if we put the lights on, the DRL should go dim, and both headlights should hopefully work, which they do. Wonderful. Full beam. Yeah, both working, which is good. Make sure the both rear lights are on. Yeah. I will put a bit of wood under the brake pedal. Indicator. Repeater's working. Front is working. Back is working. Other side. Back is working. Repeater's working, and the front is working. Right, that all looks good. So I'm just going to stick a bit of wood under and test the brake pedal, make sure the brake lights are coming on. I'm sure there'd be a light up if there wasn't, but obviously we'll switch it off for that. What else? I've checked everything under the bonnet. That's all okay. Battery wasn't secured. I forgot to put the bolt back, so I've done that. Everything in car. I'll have to take the air freshener down and put it on the gear stick, just in case the MOTs have a hissy fit with that. All they'll do is remove it, of course, but they'll sometimes put a fail and say removed, which you don't want particularly. I have got one of these. I can't remember. Aircon clean, I might use that as well. I can't remember if the aircon worked. I can't remember if I changed the condenser in this. I think I did. Yes, I did, of course, because I had those pipes open to the world, didn't I? And one of the subscribers told me not to. So that needs topping up, so I'll get that done with my normal fella. I won't get Quick Fit to do it. They were quite expensive. It's like 75 quid, and I normally pay 30. So yeah, I'll get my normal fella. There's no massive rush. Once I've done that, I'll then use this as well to give it a good go. But of course, we are going to do the filter, the pollen filter, which I'm dreading, which I might do this afternoon. I might do it this afternoon, I don't know. See how I feel. And obviously we've still got to do this back bumper as well, have a look at that. So I am just going to get it up on ramps, and I just want to have a little look at those, and I have wiped the springs over as much as I can when I change the tyres, change the wheels over, but I just want to make sure that they're as clean as they can be, and potentially maybe wire brush the, I'm not going to spray it yet. I probably will spray it, but not just now, seeing as the MOT is in less than an hour. So I'm quickly going to do that, and yeah, give it a wire brush if necessary. I'll show you once I get under there. I'll get the camera under there. Right, let's get underneath and have a look. Put the camera down a minute. Right. Pick the camera up. That's not too bad actually. Pretty good. I'll give those a bit more of a clean. The exhaust is good. There's nothing going on there. Now this has got one of the exhausts there where it joins there. I've never understood why some of them are like that. It's very rarely you get the ones that are like that join there. Usually they join over there. It is really unusual, and I have actually got one of these as well, which I took off of Project Cooey. For those of you who have been with me a long time, you'll remember Project Cooey. But yeah, we'll give this a brush just to get the crap off. So that water there, I think, is probably dripping out of the exhaust, which they may pick up on at the MOT, although it's because the car's been sitting around and it's been raining and I've washed it and so on and so forth, so it probably might dry off by the time I get there. But yeah, no, it's not too bad at all actually. I'd even go as far to say as that's not the original, because it's too clean. Oh, look at that bloody bracket again, I've just noticed has broken off. Another one. That's two of the damn things that are broken off. Now they didn't notice that before, so I'm going to take that bracket off because I don't want them to notice it again. I've never had that on a car before, and now I've had it on two in a row. Bloody hell. What's the other side like? I can't see from here. I think the other side's gone as well. Unbelievable. I think what we'd end up doing with that, I was talking about welding, wasn't I? But I think if we had to, I think what I'd probably do is I might even drill it and put what do you call them, rivets in. Might do that potentially if need be. Yeah, that's really surprising. Never had that before in a car, and I've had it 2 in a row. How weird. Let me have a look at the other side properly. Yeah, that one's gone as well. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. So I'm going to take those off. Huh. But they didn't pick up on it on the last MOT, so I'm hoping they don't on this one. But no, this there's a little bit crusty under there, but we'll give that a good brush. But apart from that, it's all right. I don't know if you can see. Let me try. Make sure we're not zoomed in. No, go the wrong way. No. Yeah, looks all right. Sorry about the camera work, but I can't believe that. 2 in a row. Never had it before. Unless, well, I say that, I don't necessarily always climb under the car like this. Maybe they have gone before and I've just never noticed them. Looking at these two, look where they've snapped. So that one snapped at the bolt area, or whatever, not bolt, I don't know what it is. And that one snapped there. So, yeah. They could be welded back on, or they could be drilled. Well, that one doesn't need drilling. Another hole drilled, and they could be put back on with rivets, I suppose, if need be. But I'm going to keep them, same as I kept the one off the other car, just in case. But they're not hanging down, actually. They're quite tall. They're not in the way. The exhaust hangs lower, so I don't think it's an issue. So I reckon that I've just never noticed this before. I reckon this is probably every car like this. So if you've got one of these, have a look, especially if it's 10 years old like this one. But wouldn't be at all surprised if they go much sooner than that. So I suppose it's relatively thin, isn't it? And bearing in mind where it is, and it's probably under tension as well. But they always go in the same place. So we're going to end this here. Otherwise, it's going to get a little bit too long, and I think we'll have one more video, I reckon. Shock absorbers, paintwork, gear stick. We've done our proxy alignment, that's all fine now. Taking that back bumper off and having a look under there and trying to put it back on, and a service. Not doing the cam belt because that's already been done. We don't know when, but we'll obviously track that down. But yeah, it's probably not been done that long ago. So that is it for now. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget, leave your comments and I will respond to all the comments you put. If it doesn't need a response, I just tick the old heart thing so it shows you that I've read it. So I think that's it for the time being, yeah. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit the button, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up and share the video. It really helps with the algorithms. But please subscribe. Still less than 50% of you are subscribers. I don't know why. Maybe some people just dip in and out, but it really helps if you subscribe to the channel. So that's it. Yeah, until the next one. As always, thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.